Hello again, my buddies. It's time for the earned value yellow buttons problem. You know the drill. We take a look at all of these formulas. Today, we're taking a look at this one. Cost variance equals to earned value minus actual cost. I often tell people to get a good grip of earned value, you need to know your four formulas across the SPI, CPI, CV, and SV, not just using the two-letter acronyms, but also the four-letter acronyms, because it helps you to better understand it. So I've already talked about planned value being BCWS, the budgeted cost of work scheduled. Actual cost is the actual cost of work performed, and earned value is the budgeted cost of work performed. I've talked about this in previous videos, so if you have not watched the previous episodes on SPI, SV, and CPI, you probably want to do that before watching this, because we've been building up on knowledge. So a quick trip down memory lane to these formulas and acronyms. I am extremely fond of the four-letter acronyms because they make a lot more sense. Budgeted cost of work scheduled. In this problem, we're taking a look at the budgeted cost of work scheduled across day 1 and across day 2 combined. The budgeted cost of work that you have scheduled is 6. So if you're new to the problem, please watch the previous videos. They'll make a lot more sense when you get that first layer. So management has asked you to create 12 buttons, 3 every day. The earned value that you're looking at for the 2 days combined is 5,000. The actual cost, which has been given, is 8,000, right? The budgeted cost of work scheduled, we also know as planned value. The budgeted cost of work performed is earned value. And again, I like these four-letter acronyms. I know the government likes them as well, but I like them for simplicity. I know it sounds odd, but do you know that if you know these acronyms and really think about them, earned value makes a lot more sense. For example, planned value just looks like a currency. So if I said planned value for day 1 and 2 combined is $6,000, what does that truly mean? By saying planned value, you really don't get the full brunt of it. But if you think about the budgeted cost of work that you are scheduling across these 2 days, it makes more sense. So in my practice of earned value across companies, I have realized that people gravitate towards understanding the four-letter acronyms. And I often talk about my time at Honeywell and how that was my job. Nothing but earned value. Earned value for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's how I was able to drink the Kool-Aid, a ton of it. And everything regarding earned value is pretty much stuck. So that's why when you hear me training earned value, I'm not coming at you from a theoretical PMBOK formula-oriented cram perspective. No, no, no. I am coming at you from the perspective of someone who has used this thing to report on projects and programs and collections of these. And I found a lot of value in the four-letter acronym. So do yourself a favor, sit down for a second, think about it. Budgeted cost of work that I am scheduling is planned value. The budgeted cost of work that I have performed, what I have done, compared to the budget that I planned for it, is earned value. How much I spent is the actual cost. See, earned value is the budgeted cost of work performed. So when we look at what you've performed on this project, what do we see? Across 2 days, you have performed $5,000 worth of work. It does not matter how much you have spent. What you have performed is 5. You spent 8,000, too bad. What you have performed is 5. Management will not cut you slack for spending $8,000, but only getting $5,000 worth of work done. And moreover, you scheduled to get 6,000 done in this window. You have not lived up to expectations. So here, cost variance is earned value minus actual cost, and that gives us the 5,000, don't forget your dollar sign, minus the 8,000, and this is going to leave us with a miserable 3,000 in the red. minus 3,000. What does that mean? That means you are over budget. Now, in previous episodes, I showed you the breakdown, like I said, of the schedule variance, schedule performance index, and all that. But what do these numbers really mean? We're going to talk about that right now. So if you have a cost performance index equal to 1, what this means is your earned value is equal to actual cost, because the CPI is EV divided by AC. And that means EV and AC are equal. Anytime EV and AC are equal, CPI is 1. Okay? And if they're equal, that means CV minus, or CV equals EV minus AC. So if it's 0, it means they're equal. You get what I mean? So if cost variance is 0, that means CPI has got to be 1. In the same token, we can do the same for the SPI and the CPI. SPI is EV divided by PV, and CPI, I beg your pardon, SV, I meant to write, SV is EV minus PV. SV equals EV minus PV. So if EV and PV are equal, that means SPI is equal to 1, right? That means EV equals PV. And if that's the case, that means SV is going to be equal to 0. Just think it through and it will all make sense. Okay? Now, I often show this little trick to remembering the formulas for SPI, CPI, SV, CV. I use the acronym South Carolina, South Carolina. So nice, we had to say it twice. And that's how we get SCSC. And then I say, remember someone else's problem as a mnemonic. Children eat a lot as a mnemonic. Someone else's problem, and children eat a lot again. And you have Papa over here. You have South Carolina twice there. And you have nothing but E's, which you do not want to get. Or you remember the pig who cried, E. Kind of. Anyway, EV comes first. PV, where you have the P, AC, where you have that. And I often tell people earned value is king. You got to put it first. Earned value is king. Put it first. Put that goofy crown on its head. Put it first in all the formulas, and you will remember CPI, SPI, CV, SV, all that stuff, and the world will be a better place for your PMP prep, right? So that takes care of that question about what is SPI, CPI, CV, and SV. Now, in subsequent videos, we will tackle the EACs. What is the EAC based on the current cumulative CPI and all that jazz? The next video, that's what we'll be covering. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you have any specific questions about earned value, do not hesitate to drop them below. I would like to answer those for you. All the best in your prep. Bye for now.